the Super 8 starts. So let's have a look at the first game of the Super 8s that starts day after tomorrow. It's Group 2 in Antigua. The United States take on South Africa. Michael, a big surprise there. Not anyone expecting the United States of America to be there, but they sure have kind of announced themselves this World Cup and played some very good cricket.
Yeah, I think it's been a success story of the World Cup. The United States are in it. Obviously, they're joint holders in terms of the grounds, in terms of where we've played this World Cup, and to see them into the Super 8s and to see some of the talent. I mean, Aaron Jones was mentioned. Stephen Taylor played okay against India. He could do with a little bit more form and a few more runs. I think Corey Anderson going forward is going to be crucial. You know, Corey Anderson is their experienced pro. You know, he's been there, done it. The all-round quality that he can produce. Whether he can do it now, we'll have to wait and see. But yeah, the United States against South Africa in Antigua, there'll be spin. You've seen the amount of spin that Adil Rashid's been getting there, particularly against Oman. So I think the likes of Shamsi, Maharaj, maybe they'll go dual spin South Africa. I'd certainly go that way if I was South Africa on that surface. So it's now how the United States play the pressure card. We now expect them, they're in the Super 8s, to play some good cricket, but they're up against that quality squad in South Africa that have got all the power. We haven't seen it yet, but that batting lineup has got a huge amount of power.
DK for South Africa, Shamsi has been impressive. Do you see him staying on? Do you see Maharaj coming in as well? Or what are the changes you see?
Shamsi has to stay on. He is bowled well. They need a wrist spinner. It's a big ground, Antigua, and it's spinning. So I will, just like what Michael said, echo what he just said and said, play two spinners. Don't be afraid to play spinners. It's a pitch which aids spin and you can get wickets from spin. They're wicket takers. So the choices have to be between which of the fast bowler they're going to leave out. Obviously, Nokia has picked up wickets. Otnil Batman has been the most consistent, but the most experienced Rabada has probably been, I'd say, a weak link, but the one who hasn't performed up to potential, so to say. So they have a decision to make here, and you got to consider Marco Jansen as the all-rounder, and automatically he fits into that team. So they have a choice to make. I think it could be Otnil Batman who probably makes way.
Well, Michael, for them, you know, they need their top order also to perform, because they've seen Quinton de Kock has not had the best of the World Cups. Yeah,
Hendricks, de Kock and, you know, Captain Markram have just not quite a fire. But I do feel that it's very hard to judge them on the pitches that they've been playing on. You know, you look at Stubbs, Miller, Klaassen, but particularly Stubbs and Miller, they've got them out of a couple of tricky holes. So there's a little bit of substance there in this South African team. I think in previous tournaments, you've always looked at the South African team and gone, there's a little bit of fragility. I actually think there's a little bit of substance to this team. I like Markram. I think he's a good captain. I think he's a good leader. If you get this South African team on a good pitch, I think they can explode into life. You know, I really do think they've got all the power. And as I said earlier in the programme, I think in Henrik Klaassen, they've got the best hitter of spin. And we all think now that the tournament's going to be played in the Caribbean, spin's going to play more and more of a part, more used pitches. Someone like Klaassen can win. Is he itching his knee, or what are you doing now, DK?
No, the mosquito just bit me. I don't know how the mosquito and Barbados. I need to put a probe on this.
He's been bitten on the show. That's the first. I like it. Yeah, so Klaassen can win. I think he can win a game on his own with the way that he can play spin. So it's just whether they can get their confidence from playing on poor wickets to suddenly going on a half-decent track in Antigua. Can they find their confidence on a better wicket quite quickly?
Well, DK, for the United States of America, captain needs to return, an important one. Do you think we'll see him come back for the Super 8?
I do think the reason why he probably didn't play the last game was because they could get away with the fact that if he doesn't play, they'll still qualify. They'd probably let go of Cheyenne and bring in Monank Patel, who's been a very good leader. All keepers are good leaders. I hope Michael hears that loud and clear. B, he actually came to good form against Pakistan, got a good 50 against them when it mattered most for them. So he is someone who he's a very pivotal player in that team, and he's led the team well, as I said. And I'm looking forward to seeing him at least compete in a way that a lot of teams are like, wow, this American team is not a pushover.
All right, Michael, your players to watch out for.
Oh, I'm going with Jonesy, Aaron Jones for the States, and South Africa, Henrik Klaassen all day against the spin.
DK for you then.
Quinton de Kock for South Africa and Saurabh Netrawalkar for USA.